Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, March the 7th. You know, we were talking earlier that March is National Nutrition Month, and we have a lady who eats very healthy, Lynn Rossy.
Hi.
Good to have you here, Lynn.
Hi, Paul. How nice to be here.
Yeah. Now, what have you got for us today with healthy eating?
Well, I thought I'd bring you in one of my tips that I teach my classes.
Yeah.
And if you would do this, it would change the way that you eat forever.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So my general rule is eat when you're hungry.
Right.
Don't eat when you're not hungry.
So you're saying you don't have to have a breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Well, so you should keep the body energized throughout the day with food.
Right.
So some people, if they've lost their ability to tell when they're hungry, let's say they've done too much dieting in the past.
Yeah, well, that's bad.
Oh, that's bad. Dieting's bad. Counting calories is bad. You want to fuel the body every 5 hours or so. So you definitely, and even for breakfast. So now breakfast you want to eat even if you're not hungry.
Right. Because
So breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Oh,
yes,
we said that together.
I know. Well, but it really is. So even if you're not hungry in the morning, have a little bit of something, a piece of fruit, some yogurt, protein bar, whatever it is that you want, because you start to energize the body. And then if you would eat every 5 or so hours, but you really want to try to listen to your body about when to start eating and when to stop eating.
Okay.
Most people, so when do you usually eat, Paul?
Well, I eat, I get up at 4:55 in the morning. I have breakfast a little bit after that.
Right.
And then lunch is usually around noon, anywhere between noon to 1 o'clock.
Right.
And then dinner is around 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Right. But so you're eating based on the clock.
Well, I'm hungry at that time, too.
Oh, okay, you're hungry at that time, too.
I'm hungry
Okay,
then, too.
good. Well, but sometimes people just eat, right? So people eat when they're happy, people eat when they're sad, people eat when they're stressed, people eat when they're bored, people eat when they're, just looking for something to do. So they do it for entertainment. So those times are not the right times to eat.
Okay, eat when you're hungry.
Eat when you're hungry.
Okay, and if you're not hungry when it's dinner time, don't eat.
Well, you eat a little bit.
Oh,
just
eat a
little bit, because you don't want to starve you don't want to get into the place where the body doesn't have energy to function.
Right.
But don't eat a lot if you're not hungry.
Okay. All right. And eat healthy foods.
Eat healthy.
And you can eat anything you want as long as it's in moderation.
Absolutely.
Right. You taught me that.
I did teach you that.
You taught me that many years ago.
Good.
So you have classes, right?
I do.
Okay. So how do people
They can find out about me at lynnrossy.com. Real simple. LYNNROSSY.com.
Okay. And you'll have all that information about how to eat healthy.
Exactly. In my book. I have my book.
Oh, your book.
Yeah, the Mindfulness-Based Eating Solution.
So where do they get your book?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
You're just one busy lady.
Every bookstore you can go to.
Every bookstore in the United States.
Yeah.
All right. Lynn Rossy, thank you so much for coming by.
All right. Thanks for having me.
And we'll get you back again next time. You're going to bring some chocolate.
I am. I'm promising to do that.
All right. Lynn Rossy, thank you. Healthy eating.
Thanks, Paul.
And if you want more information, you can go to lynnrossy.com. Get all the information that you need. And remember, eat only when you are hungry, except for breakfast. You got to start the day with some food there. Okay? Did I get it right, Lynn?
You got it.
All right. Now, Mike Dunn kind of snuck in here. Good to have you here, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
Radio friends, this is March the 7th, and tomorrow starts the spring pledge drive,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
And this is so important to KBIA, and we always like to feature you on Radio Friends right before that pledge drive starts. But tell us, Mike, why are these drives so important?
Well, actually, membership dollars pay for almost 55% of our total budget.
55%?
Yes.
Of the total budget?
Yes.
With the membership drives?
Correct.
Now, you have 2 membership drives a year, the spring and the fall. The fall one is the biggest one,
That's
correct?
correct, yes. This is still important, though.
Yeah. So what do you say to people who listen to KBIA, appreciate KBIA, but have not been a part of the membership drive?
Well, we try to make rational statements to say you pay for lots of other services like your internet service or your cable TV, all kinds of things that are important to your life, and we feel like that KBIA is important also.
You know, that's a pretty good explanation, Mike. The fact that we pay for our internet, we pay for our telephones, everything else we use. KBIA comes to us over the air, and it's free. It's free to listen to, but we want to make it's important that we listen to it, that we make an investment in the station also, because we're getting information from KBIA that you're not going to get other places.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
It's of course, we're biased, but we think it's the best news service in the country.
Well, I think it is too.
Yeah.
I think it is
I know
too.
you do.
And long before I was associated with KBIA, I always looked up to that station because you can turn to that station for unbiased news and information. The other thing that I think we need to touch on is the fact that with budget cuts in the federal budget, now they're talking about the possibility of cutting more to PBS and NPR. What happens there?
Well, we're hoping it doesn't happen. This has been on the chopping block for years. Last year, President Trump wanted to eliminate us, and Congress didn't let it happen, so we're hopeful.
Yeah.
If it were, it would be debilitating to a lot of stations. A lot of stations would go off the air. We're not one of those, but we'd have to cut back services.
Right. So you keep in mind, we're talking serious stuff here. If you enjoy the programs, or if you listen on a daily basis, think about becoming a member of KBIA by making a donation for the fund drive, or becoming a sustaining member, where you can have a certain amount deducted
every month till you tell us stop.
Yeah. And then if you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, it's easy enough to stop. But if you have it deducted like out of your paycheck or your bank account or your credit
Payroll
card.
deduction, credit cards, yeah.
Yeah. It's an important thing to keep in mind that we are very fortunate to have a station like KBIA in our community. And I'm just happy as can be to be associated with that station. And it allows us to bring the community on the air, talk about all the activities that are happening, not just in Columbia, but across all of central Missouri, because KBIA has a pretty wide reach.
16 counties.
16 counties. And well, hopefully everybody out there will join the pledge drive. It'll be running from when to when, Mike?
March 8th through the 15th.
So it starts tomorrow, March the 8th, at 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 a.m.
Darren will be there, and you'll be there, asking people to call in. And if you want to jump on the bandwagon ahead of tomorrow, you can be the first to make a pledge right now, because operators are standing by with their little headsets on. What's the phone number?
Well, it's 882-9136, or go online, kbia.org.
Okay, 882-9136, or online, kbia.org. You can make a secure pledge there with your credit card and know that you are helping to keep this station on the air, which is serving not just Columbia, but all of central Missouri. Continued success, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for coming by today. We're out of time. Tomorrow, Mar Doring, we're going to talk about pet psychiatry needs. Bye-bye.